Next question, how do you work specifically on general intonation for a singer that doesn't know what a scale is? I have to think about this one. How do you work specifically on general intonation for a singer that doesn't know what a scale is? All right. Intonation is about hearing a pitch and for me, intonation is about hearing a pitch and being able to reproduce that pitch. Okay, that's what intonation is for me. Now, if a singer doesn't know what a scale is, any kind of scale, that's a scale, you know. There are lots of different kinds of scales, major, minor, etc., etc. But so if a singer doesn't know what a scale is, right, then I'm concerned in developing intonation about hear and repeat. There's a lot of factors that go into that, because most people I find that have good speech intonation, that speak in a normal speech melody, they're quite capable of reproducing patterns and pitches they hear. Most of the intonation problems people have, and this is ignoring, you know, the whole area of developing that skill, it are having to do with things that just aren't working technically. Because again, if I want to go hey and I go hey, it's not going to be quite on pitch because I'm not technically executing that sound correctly. And it's going to be very difficult to be on pitch or have good intonation. So I find that the majority of intonation problems are actually technical problems. That the singer is not asking their voice to do what it's designed to do for the sound they're trying to create. And when you solve those, ultimately intonation always improves in my experience. So I don't know if that answered the question. How do you work specifically on general intonation for teach? I specifically will just do call and repeat. Oh! Repeat. Oh! Train on individual notes, you know, in somewhere that's easy for them. E, have the singer just repeat individual pitches, and then I will put them in a chain, like hello you, put it in maybe more of a conversational form, and then you can create scales out of that. So I really just start with call and repeat, that have them repeat the sound, what they hear. And then we balance that, because most of the intonational problems I find have to do with technique. Now there are some people where if I sing up the octave to sing at their pitch to make it easier for them, they'll sing up an octave. So it's a lot about finding out how is the person, how are they responding? Are they, when they hear a sound, sometimes I've even had it, I've sung up an octave and they've sung down the octave. So how this hear and repeat is working, really it has to do with the individual. So I try and meet the individual at their level and then work from there, starting with something with non-scales and then showing them how these individual notes become a scale. So, and that can be for people that really have the a challenge of hearing and being able to repeat. I want you to know that you can learn it, but it is a lot of work, and you have to be very consistent in your practice, and you have to give it some time. But for the vast majority of singers that are having intonation problems, it's with the technical execution. And there's also the element that the sound you produce in your head, you might not be getting all of the frequencies out, but what you're getting on inner feedback, it may all be there. Okay, that happens with a lot of singers. They are hearing themselves on pitch in their head, but not all of the frequencies of that sound are exiting their body. So, and then you're going to hear that singer like on the bottom part of a note. Does that make sense? So helping the singer realize that, and it's frightening. I mean, if you tell any singer you're flat, panic mode, right? You have bad intonation. Your intonation's not very good. Well, the first thing that's going to do is send the singer into panic mode, all right? And and then it's just going to get worse. So instead of that, just tell them some of these frequencies aren't coming out. I'm just hearing the lower half of the note, and let's work on that. And that way, suddenly, their intonation improves, like with Milena today. It wasn't clean the first time or two, but we made some technical adjustments, and then it was there, right? Not really a big issue. So that's why I chose to focus in on not focusing on the intonation, but looking for the solution to allow her a voice to come out on pitch, because it was pretty clear to me she doesn't have any pitch or intonation issues. It was just a technical issue. Next question.